Hey, and welcome back to Mr. Abadi TV. Today we're going to be doing another popular song on the piano. We're going to be looking at Lewis Capaldi's Someone You Loved at the introduction. So, let's have a look to see which notes are in this and how we play it. Okay, so I'm just going to start by showing you the right hand notes, the melody notes that we're going to use, okay? I'm going to use one finger just so you can see what notes we use. So, the first part starts with the F and it starts on a lower G sharp. That's the black note that's next to the G. It goes next one up to the G. So the first part's very simple. These two notes just repeat each other, one after the other, like this. Okay, then we move down to this C note, and at the same time we move down to this D sharp or E flat note, which is the note in between D and E. And again, we continue. Then from here we move up from the C to the C sharp, and we move up to the F, like this. And the last one, you move a long one to the B flat, and we go to the D flat or C sharp, and we do this. And then this last note changes to that one, to the A flat, okay? So watch again very closely how to play this. One note change, okay? So practice that through slowly a few times until you can do that confidently off by heart. If you need to use two fingers, then just keep using two fingers and make sure you get them right. But if you can do it with one hand, what we can do is we can try and do it like this. So like I said, you can do the same thing with one hand. I'm going to use my little finger and my thumb. Now watch very carefully. Then I move my little finger first, like this, to hit this one. Little finger goes up first, and then my thumb comes down. Now the shape's going to move along a bit here. The last note different. Okay? So if we play a bit faster, hear what it sounds like. Listen. Okay, so I know it looks quite stretchy, doesn't it? Especially if you've got smaller hands. If you can manage it, try and do that now with just one hand. Slow it right down to make sure you get the timing right until you get confident, and then speed it up when you've got a little bit more confidence, and then go on to this next part here. But not until you've got it fully fluent, just the right hand part. Okay, so first, we're going to do the left hand part with just one finger. It's the easiest way of doing it. Now the notes that we're going to use are these four notes here. Okay, but unfortunately they're not in that order. It's not quite as simple as that. So the first bit, the first movement is with this note. So we press this C sharp note when we play it like this. Then we move to the C, and the next note becomes G sharp. Then we move up one more to A sharp, down to F sharp. Okay, so watch it put them together. Start with the C sharp, so we're going C sharp, G sharp, A sharp, F sharp. So it's these four notes here, but we're going. Okay, watch very carefully, I'll do it nice and slowly. Okay. Okay, let's see what it looks like we put it all together. I'm just going to put my fingers here so I can ready to play them. Like that. Okay, so get ready. And we start here. So we're going to go. Okay. See if you can try and do that very, very slowly at first, and then speed up once you get a little bit more confident with those notes. Okay, so that is a simplified way of playing that introduction. If you want to just practice that part until you get it fluent, you can do, and that's more than enough work to keep you practicing, because it's quite hard, got a few changes in there. If you thought that was quite easy, we can move on to this second part where we're going to use more fingers with our chords. Let's have a look and see how this would be done. Okay, So this next part, we're going to look at a two-handed chord on our left hand to make it a little bit more tricky, okay? So instead of just playing one note, which was this one before, we're going to play two notes, which are these two, for the first part. So when we're playing this first part, we're going to play these two notes here, okay? Which is a G sharp and a C sharp, okay? So the first part, just like this. Okay? Now the second part, it's still the same, so we move these to here. But the only thing that's going to change is our thumb here is going to move down to here. So we're now playing G sharp and C. Okay, same movement as before. We're going up to the C sharp and going down to the F. But now we're going to play the B flat and the C sharp together like this. And the last movement, what we're going to do is we're going to keep playing that B flat or A sharp, and we're going to add in an F sharp as we move down to this one. That last note changes. Okay, so a little bit faster. Let's see how this is done. Watching, so we go from first one, change to these two, final change to these two. Don't forget that last note. Okay, watch again very slowly. It goes. Okay, let's try and put them together a bit faster. So when you speed it up a little bit, it should sound something like this. Now watch carefully. Okay, and that's just the introduction part. So practice that round and round and see where you can get to. See if you can eventually play it along with the original song. And I'll see you next time.